Welcome to another podcast. The reason for this topic today is that some teachers have used Minecraft for learning. So today we want to find out how this teacher uses Minecraft in his class. Now, before we get into the reading part, I'd like for us to spend a moment and look at a particular sentence structure. And that's because you're going to see this sentence in the story. And so if you look here, you can see that we're going to practice use something to teach something. So for example, the history teacher used Minecraft to teach his students about ancient Roman architecture. And so in here, teach something is going to be architecture. Okay, so then this word ancient means very old. And the word architecture, I'm going to go into my Naver dictionary, my amazing resource, and we can see that architecture in Korean means 건축학. And so if we wanted to learn more about Roman architecture, then we can also go into Google and take a look at some examples. And so here, this is the famous Colosseum, and you'll notice that a lot of the Roman architectures has these columns. And then these we call arches, and that is also very common in Roman architecture. Okay, so let's go back to our sentence structure. So then if we think about a different class and that teacher used something to teach something, so we can use the same sentence structure to talk about different classes. So for example, number one, we could say the English teacher used a picture to teach a new word. Maybe a science teacher. The science teacher used a video to teach his students about lightning. Now if you notice, the first time I didn't use his students, right? So this is sort of extra words. So really we wanted to just focus on teach something, so we could just say to teach a new words. But if you wanted to add more details before new word, that's also possible. So for this one, I will add the details. The social studies teacher used a map to teach his students about population. Now this sentence structure is really common and very useful because you can use it in different situations outside of class. So maybe you're riding the bus after school, or you're riding the subway, and so the same thing, we can use the same sentence structure. So we could say, I used a bus. Now here we're going to change the verb. So before we use teach, now we're going to use go. So I used the bus to go to the library. And so if we wanted to switch situations, right? Everybody has a smartphone. So we can say, I used a smartphone to look at my calendar. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue with our reading. So we want to find out this game, Minecraft, and we want to know how it's being used for learning. And so if you've never seen Minecraft, and I'm pretty sure you have, but here is a picture. Now you as a student probably can understand this picture better than me because I have never played this game. And so for me, it's a little bit strange because I'm wondering what this black thing is. If you know what this is, please go ahead and leave a comment. Now, I also noticed that this probably looks like some kind of mountain in the background. And this, again, I was a little bit confused by this because it looks very different from the background over here, and then also very different from the background below. So again, if you know why the background looks like this, please leave a comment at the bottom where I will post this podcast. Now over here, it definitely, he looks like he's building something, which is what the game is all about. Okay, so this first part, I'll just go ahead and briefly talk about this. So in here, parents and teachers love or they really like Minecraft. And we can see that it was made by this guy named Marcus Persson, and he made this game in 2009. So that's 6 years ago. And this game is still popular with a lot of elementary and even middle school students. Okay, and the reason that parents really like this game is because it helps with reading and it helps with problem solving skills. So, students, have you ever played this game and did it help your reading? If it did, please leave a message. Now, problem solving skills. This kind of makes sense to me because I have played games in the past, and usually games often have problems, and that's what makes them interesting to play. So I could definitely see this game having a lot of problems. The students, when you play this, you have to solve the problem, and then that's going to allow you to build better things and move to higher levels of the game. Okay, so then let's go ahead and continue with the second paragraph. So here we can see one popular teaching tool is Minecraft EDU. And notice that here, this EDU stands for education. So it's the same as this, but sometimes we just use the just 3 letters. Popular, that means many people like it. So this game is Minecraft EDU, and it is a version of Minecraft with learning tools for teachers to use in the classroom. Now this word version might be new to you, and it basically means a different kind of something. So let's think of an example. The Samsung Galaxy, that's a very popular smartphone. Now they have different kinds or different versions of that phone. For example, they have the Galaxy Note, they have the Galaxy S4, they have the Galaxy S5. Those are all different versions of the same phone. And just like the smartphone, Minecraft also has different versions of the game. And this one is the educational version, and it's a little bit different because this one comes with special learning tools for teachers. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to our next sentence. This is like our mega sentence, right? So we have Lamphere. So this word PH usually sounds like an F. So we're going to say Lamphere. And this is the history teacher's name. And now this long sentence is actually a sentence that we just looked at. So earlier we had this use something to teach something. And so if you notice, we had the example sentence. The history teacher used Minecraft to teach his students about ancient Roman architecture. Well, this sentence I got from here. So here we have the history teacher used Minecraft to teach about Roman architecture. So Why is this sentence longer? Well, the reason is because there's some extra information. So this information tells you where the teacher teaches.